What's happening, bro? You are now back in tune to the Picture Podcast from my brief intermission. And by the way, only way you can stay in tune is to get the picture. Please get the picture. Only way you can get the picture is you go and subscribe. So please go and subscribe and like over and over again. And go to all of the other previously uploaded videos, view those, and like those as well. And when you subscribe, as you all already know, you're going to get notifications of everything that I post. And it's going to always be some good content, you know, from the Picture Podcast. We only trying to spread positivity and just give a good content, you know. Like I said from the jump, just be on the journey with me, alright? So let's go. I'm gonna get off relationships because that's what I've been on for a minute. But however, I do want to touch on one other thing before I leave from this and go to some other places. Alright? How soon is it that you should introduce your kids to someone that you're dating or just talking to, or even have them exposed to someone you're talking to? Alright, I asked my partner Rando the same question, and he told me that if I'm not mistaken, it was cool, you know, long as it was on something that was spontaneous and he would just probably come pick up a female or something like that. And it just so happened he ran into the kids, or he see the kids or something like that. He obviously, you know, being a good dude and whatnot, he ain't just gonna, you know, just like, nah, he ain't gonna speak to the little shorty or the little princess and whatnot. But at the same time, you know, that's a difference from having some orchestrated and actually as a female bringing you in as a dude and trying to meet this female kids, you know. So it's kind of a different dynamic. Me personally, I'm in all agreement with that. However, my situation is a little bit different, right? And I say that to say that with my pops, that's my pops. That's my dad. Shout out to my dad. Straight up and down. Shout out to my dad. I don't know if you want his name out there or not. I ain't consult him, but my dad know who my dad is. Dub C. There you go. Dub C. What's happening? That's my dad. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my pops. You know, and that's not my biological pops at all. You know what I'm saying? But that's my daddy, man. And my mama, I give all my credit to for doing what she did up until the point where she met him. But the way I was trending in the neighborhood we were in, unless something had changed, I don't see her trying to raise two boys and us being... I done got into my trouble. You know, my brother done got into his trouble as well and whatnot. But, and the mother is vital. Come on now. Mother is vital to a son because that's a soft spot. You know what I'm saying? And I would, man, that's my mother, that's, you know, that's my baby. You know what I'm saying? So, just like, I will, fight a brick wall for my wife, I will fight a brick wall for my mother. You know what I'm saying? That's my heart. That's my baby. You know, but you know, bringing other dudes into the equation, it's a touchy situation. You know, thank God that my situation wasn't that of any type of predator situation or any type of creep situation, you know what I'm saying? He was a genuine dude, and we went and hit it off good off the back, tell you that much. we butted heads for a long time. Like, literally, like, nah, like, I ain't rocking with this nigga B. Like, we butted heads, but that's, man, please. That's my partner straight up and down. That's my dad, for real. And my mother, you know, hey man, shit. She rolled the dice and she got it right. You know what I'm saying? Me and my brother talk about it, you know, and if he feel the same way I feel, you know, it's I know that I'm just not saying it out of a place of emotion, you know. But like I say, I give all credit to my mother, you know, because she had got me to where I need. But at some point, I did need some sort of a male figure and male role model on a consistent basis. You know, because I had my grandpa, my granddad, my uncle and whatnot. But on a consistent basis, you know, I definitely needed some sort of structure. You know, fuck around, be out here like Kanye. You know, sometimes I do still. You know, I still gotta get my rent. I still gotta do this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, being raised by a mother, you know, for so long, you just internalize some of that. You know, and it's inadvertently. You don't even know. But growing up in a house full of females, you just internalize some of that. You know, and you as you know you a man. You know you're a boy, you know you're a male, I should say, you know, and it's still, you know, times that sometimes, you know, you find yourself raising your voice too high. You find yourself getting a little bit too emotional. I was raised in a house full of females, you know what I'm saying? My family is full of females, I love them all. It will take all day to name them all, but I will, fuck that. All of my aunties, you know what I'm saying? From Teresa, Lahoma, Mikey, Sandra, Patricia, Hazel, rest in peace. I love you, baby. Shit. Now, see, that's the thing. Now I don't want to start naming names and then forget somebody. I think I named them all. I hope I named them all. If I didn't, Joe Evelyn. Oh my God, how can I forget? Ma, she Joe. So that's what I mean. Like, you start naming names and then you know you're not doing it on purpose or forgetting anybody. But like, no, I definitely appreciate all of my aunts and my mother and all of that. But however, you know, I believe it's definitely, you can't raise a boy to be a man in terms of a female doing it. However, I do believe it's gonna only go so far. You know, I had this conversation with a guy who I was talking to that had actually seen my podcast who I work with, and he was like, man, but look, he was giving me all these examples of these stars, like athletes and actresses and actors and things like that. And he gave an example about LeBron. I'm like, man, but yeah, I'm like, but check it. You ain't really necessarily been following him, because if you did, you would have known that his coach, his coach ended up taking him in for an extended amount of time after, you know, him and his mama was going from house to house, and you know, when she couldn't really, you know, have a stable situation for him or whatever. So he's still seeing that dynamic. So he like, well, he was still raised by his mama. Well, yeah, he was, but he's still seeing that dynamic, you know. So I believe, you know, it's possible. I know it's possible, 1,000%. However, you know, I believe you still need something. Whether it's a mentor, it don't even got to be nobody that you're talking to, or ladies, please don't just think that you got to go out here and get a dude just because you got a boy and a son and you need, you know, a male to help raise him. No, it's mentorships out here, it's coaches, it's all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I digress. I go back to what I was saying, right? I asked my cousin Randall, hey man, so how far you think? I mean, well, how soon you think that it should be before you, you know, you start to get acclimated with the kids, or how soon is it for the female to introduce the kids to you? And like, he told me, like I said, you know, he gave his answer, and I respect that. And like for me, it's a different situation, but I would just say that as far as a female, just try to figure out the intent and the motive, right? It's a difference. Think on it for a minute. The intent for a dude to come into some sort of situation where he's taking on every responsibility, not just you, because ladies, you're a bill in itself. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just you now he's talking about. Now he's talking about the kids, right? So you have to really hone in and really understand and try to grasp what's his intent and his motive. It may sound the same, but I'm trying to break it down as best as I could. His intent may be to try to win you over, trying to get in where he fit in, try to soothe you to a point where he can get what he want, and faking this type of situation with your kids, right? That's the intent. Just like, you know what, I can even correlate it to dating and courting. Dating is more so superficial. It's on the surface. Courting is more so long term. Okay, I'm trying to see where I'm going with this. Where we headed, right? I believe it's the same for intent and motive, because your intent as a dude can, like I said, it could be, hey, you know, I'm trying to see how far I can go with this and this, that, and the other, just to get what I want and how long I want it for, right? The motive, like I feel as though that was with my pops. I don't even call them my step pops, but that was with my pops. That it started out as my step pops and turned to be my pops. I feel as though that his motive was to really be a father figure to me and my brother, right? And so him having a motive and having a good heart behind it, even though he fumbled quite a few times, you know, he didn't get shit right a lot of times, but he's human, you know what I'm saying? But he still kept on trying. So the motive was bigger than the steps and the mishaps and the mistakes, right? When you got intent, first thing go bad, you out the door. So my intent is to get this, and for it to be like this. That don't happen, I'm gone. Peace out. I'll holler at you, home. These ain't my little niggas. These ain't my kids. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta decipher if that's what you want. You know, I'm not saying every single female want a male figure to infiltrate your life. Like I say, you can do it without it. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of programs and situations out here that you could do it without it. You know. So I'm not saying just go pick up some motherfucking nigga and be like, okay, yeah, okay, I just met you, yeah, you saying good. No, you know, but if that's the case, you know, and that's the cards that you're trying to play, yeah, try to decipher what's the motive and what's the intent, because it may sound the same, but it's different, right? And for me though, out of the way, I believe it's still too early when you're talking about you and in terms of a female and in terms of a dude, in terms of a male. If a female approaches a male and be like, I want you to meet my kids after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I think that's a red flag, you know, for the dude, because that's too early to be breaking me in your space like that. You know what I'm saying? it's one thing to be in the moment, have fun, and you know, you find yourself laying on your backside or whatever have you, you know what I'm saying, in whatever position. That's one thing, right? But however, it's another thing when we're talking about 3 weeks and you're bringing them into someone else's life, and you don't know when you do the thing you did with them, granted, but now we're up in the ante, you know, and now you're talking about bringing around your kids some innocent lives, some precious lives, you know, and you don't really know them. You know what I'm saying? I know some people may say, well, you ain't know when you had sex with them, or you did this, or you decided to go here with them, or you decided to go there with them, or you decided to sleep overnight with them. Yeah, you did. But check this. At the end of that, that's you. If something was happening to you, yes, your kids will still be affected. Obviously, you know, especially by a mother. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I would motherfucking go crazy. You might as well give me my motherfucking my ID number. Straight up. If something was to happen to one of the ladies in my lives, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. You know, hey, you might as well tell me how many years I got. I don't even need to go to court. You know, that's straight up and down, for real. But however, it hit different if something was to happen to your kids, and especially if you would survive, or ain't nothing happened to you rather, and something happened to your kids to a fault that someone you brung in, you know, that didn't necessarily have to be. And it's a lot of creeps, and it's a lot of marks out here, man. A lot of mark ass niggas, you know what I'm saying? So you just gotta be clear on the intent and the motive, you know, and shit, do a rule of thumb. You know, shit, man. You get all of the negatives out, and if you count 5 negatives, then hey, close that fist up and you ride out. You know what I'm saying? Or at least you don't introduce them to the kids yet. You know, because it's way too many times where I've seen, not personally, but on the news and whatnot, that this kid just got drowned, or this kid went missing, or this kid was found in a home, stuffed in a closet, barricaded with a bunch of dressers and clothes and bleach so they don't have the smell, because a boyfriend just choked them out, or choked her out. You know, that's nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just be conscious about, you know, who y'all talking to, man, who y'all inviting into your space and around your kids, man. Take yourself out of it for a minute. So the bottom line, I believe, when I go back to the original question that I asked my partner, man, I believe anytime is too soon.